Okay, so welcome everybody to our webcast. This is the first time that our Glowing Stones team and myself and Krista Dempster are trying this format for a little bit of a Meet Stella and Dot event. But I'm really, really excited about it because I think it's going to just be a new, fresh take on who we are and what we're all about and if this could fit into your life. So you may be a stylist listening. You already know a lot of these things, but it's always good to hear it again. If you're a guest listening, definitely listen with an open mind. Know that probably a lot of the same questions and fears and hesitations you have, we have all had. And many of us have had all of them. Some of us have had one or the other. Hopefully I will touch on some of your questions, but again, feel free to chat them in the chat feature at the bottom of this as you are listening. And if you're listening to the recording, either send the stylist that sent you this recording some questions, or if you're listening to this recording and it's on our event page, feel free to comment with them below. So I'm going to share my screen here. And can you guys all see that? Yes? Okay, cool. All right, so how to style your life with Stella and Dot with Krista Dempster. That is me, obviously. So I am lucky enough to just be the spokesperson for our Glowing Stones team and share with you a little bit about my journey, a little bit about who we are and what we do. And I am the spokesperson because I was the first Glowing Stone, and the tribe has grown to be almost 500 strong from all across the country and really the world. So we are an international team. I am based in Bel Air, Maryland, which is north of Baltimore, Maryland, but we have stylists from all over working this business in many different ways. So that picture you see right there is a picture from our last glam trip. Glam trips are the free trips that you can earn as a Stella and Dot stylist. And you'll see Julie Krause in that picture, myself, Heather Krause is my mentor, Sherelle Flowers is a Glowing Stone, Denise Talley's a Glowing Stone. We have some of our Glam Goldies, which is kind of our sister team, Jamie Falvey, Anna, Tracy McCreary, and then on the very side, kind of cut off, I couldn't quite fit it in, is our CEO, Jessica Heron, who is the mastermind and the brains behind our whole operation. So we were in Mexico having the time of our lives with our husbands. So you get to bring your husbands on these trips, and they really get to reap the rewards of all of your hard work. So I think that was my, I don't even remember the number, 6th or 7th glam trip. We are actually just starting our earning period for a new glam trip, which will be next year, and that is to go to Hawaii, which I'm so excited about because it is a bucket list destination for me. So if you decide to jump in and join us, you will be getting in the very beginning of that earning period. So you will have the opportunity to earn yourself and your husband and your family, if you want to bring them, a trip to Hawaii as well, which just makes me very, very excited. What I love about that picture is while we are all, we all obviously worked our businesses well enough to get on that trip, we all have different definitions of success. All of us in that picture do. And we all use this business in different ways. So for me, this now has become a full-time income and a full-time job. But for somebody like Sherelle Flowers, who you're going to hear about in a little bit, this is her side gig. She has another full-time job. And, for Julie Krause, she's measuring her success in a lot of different ways, but she's measuring a lot with how she feels and how amazing she feels about herself and the example she's setting for her kids. So success is determined in so many different ways, and it's personal to you, and it's something we really encourage and help you figure out. And that's the beauty, one of the many beautiful things about this business is that you really determine what success looks like for you. There's no one telling you what it has to be. So you are here in the right place if you want to learn a little bit more about this opportunity and see if it could be a good fit for you, right? Okay. So you're probably curious. You're probably maybe a little bit skeptical. And if you guys aren't muted, if you could just mute yourself. I just hear a little bit of feedback on the line. That'd be awesome. Thank you. So you might be curious, you might be skeptical, you might just be nosy and be like, all right, let me hear what this is all about. You might be really excited and feeling like, yes, I'm ready, I can't wait. All of those things are welcome. You probably are more than just one of those things. I know before I began, I was definitely skeptical. I was actually very, very skeptical. And it took me a very long time to decide to jump in, which I'll share about in a little bit. But I was also curious because it seemed like a cool thing. And I know many people that I've helped to get started over the years have said, like, you know, I kind of just wanted to do this because you guys seem like you have a really good time. And we do. We have a very, very good time. We love each other. It's one of the rare groups of women I think you'll be in your life that really do support and encourage each other. So we're here to help you figure out if it's going to be a good fit for you. You might be here because you love fashion and you're curious to hear more details. So you might be somebody who just loves Stella style. You're a customer, you're a hostess. You have watched some of the pictures on Instagram, the hashtag Stella style, and you love the way it looks. And you want to know, hey, could I get paid to share that? Yes, you can. So you're here, you're in the right place. Now, that's not to say that you have to be a fashionista to start. I definitely was not. I was not a jewelry person at all. I still would not say I'm a jewelry person. I love our accessories. We do sell tops now. I'm actually wearing self-made fun graphic tees. So we have some graphic tees. We have gorgeous tops. Many are on the rack behind me. Some dresses, hats, bags. So we've really expanded. And what I love about that is everybody has to wear clothing. So there is truly something for everyone in what we sell. Even the people that come in and say, you know, I'm not really big into jewelry. Perfect. We have tops. We have bags. We have hats, you know, so we really do have something for every woman. And if you are not a fashionista, that is okay. Most of us were not and still don't consider ourselves that. When we started, we just, you know, love what we see, and we love many other things about the business as well. You might be here because you're looking for a flexible job opportunity and extra income. I don't know anyone in my life that would say no to extra money. Extra money is equals to money, to me equals freedom, and extra money is always a good thing. It provides more freedom in your life. So you may have an incredibly successful full-time career that you don't need, you know, an extra few $100s a month to pay your bills, but wouldn't you want it? What would it do for you? And we'll actually talk about that in a minute. But, you know, the extra income can be really, really great. And this is truly a meritocracy. So hours in equals results out. And that is another beautiful thing that I love about this business. So you might be here if you like connecting with other women and spreading joy. That's why I am still here. I'm here for the money. I'm here because I love the accessories, but I really stayed the course over 8 years because I love the connection and I love the tribe and I love the other women on our Glowing Stones team and I love spreading joy. And there is nothing like going into a style session, which is what we call our like get-togethers, where there's a hostess and she invites some friends and you bring your products, and giving women the opportunity to be together and connect and have fun and have a glass of wine and play dress up. You're a joy spreader, and that feels really, really good. And it's really fun to go and have a glass of wine and play dress up and drive home with a couple extra $100 in your pocket. So if you love connecting with other women, this is definitely a great place for you. And maybe you're just like, all right, I was invited. I don't know anything about this. I just want to check it out. That is cool too. We are very happy you are here. So you can be your own boss. This was something I used to dream about. So my background is that I came from the education sector. I had my master's in counseling, my master's of education in counseling, and I worked in the educational world as a counselor, part like school counselor, part community counselor. I had a lot of different kind of roles in what I did, but I loved it. I loved the students I worked with. I loved the children I worked with. I did not love my paycheck. I felt like I was worth more, to be honest with you. I felt like I deserved to be paid a little bit more. I felt like I worked really, really hard, and you know, I was very self-motivated, and, you know, I stayed way longer than I needed to be at my job because I wanted to pour so much of myself into it, but I wanted to see the return in that. And that's not what I was getting in that job, that career. And while there were many amazing things about it, it was probably the number one driving reason of why I decided to leave. And I dreamed about being my own boss, and I dreamed about having a flexible schedule. And I watched my husband, who's in sales, he's actually in biotech sales, you know, work very hard, but create his own schedule and decide when he was going to go somewhere and what time. And I thought, gosh, that sounds amazing, but there's so much risk if you start your own business. And that is one thing that Stella takes out of the equation. There is no risk involved in this. And we'll talk about exactly what you need to start, but it's $199, which is as pretty much as low risk as you can get when you consider all the things you're getting with that. So you can be your own boss. We really give you this plug and play model where when you sign up, you can be profitable right away. So you have a marketing team working behind the scenes for you. You have a tech team. You have a design team. Everything that you would need to be a successful businesswoman and have to work your butt off to get, you have when you click that sign up now button with Stella. So you really truly can be your own boss without the risk that is associated with it. So a little bit about me. First thing to know about me is I do not like having pictures like that taken of myself. The reason that picture exists is because I was wearing one of our dresses. So that is, somebody help me, let me type that out. Mallory wrap dress, which is on sale right now. That is our Mallory wrap dress that I wore to my daughter's 5th grade graduation. And I was like, you know what, I should get a picture in this dress so I can share it with my customers. So you don't need to be a selfie queen either to want to be a Stella stylist. But I'm Krista Dempster. I'm wife to Brian, my wonderful husband of 17 years. I was 10 when I got married, not really, but I was young. I'm approaching 40 this year, and really my mindset is, I think this year has 40, I'm not scared of that age, but it is really making me look at life in a different way. So my husband and I have known each other very, very long time. We grew up together, did not date our entire lives, but did get married young and have had a really rich, full life, bringing our 3 kids into the world: Ava, who is 11, Emmy, who is 9, and Bennett, who is 3. We also have a golden retriever puppy. His name is Steve, which is also a long story, but my son named him Steve Rogers after Captain America. That is his real person name. He is driving me nuts. In fact, you might hear him a little bit in the background, but he is as cute as can be. And I love coffee, and I love traveling, and I love watching my kids play in our new backyard. So actually that picture is taken on our deck. We recently moved. We moved in December to the home that we live in right now. And it really was, Stella was a huge part in getting us where we are right now. We had a beautiful home and loved where we were, but didn't love the outdoor space because there really wasn't any privacy where we used to be. So, God set it on our heart to really look for something and find a place. And, my husband and I both dug in and worked really, really hard to try to make it happen. And if it were not for Stella, we wouldn't be where we are right now. And we have a nice big piece of land now, and my heart just really comes alive when I get to watch my kids running in the backyard and playing and just enjoying the fruits of our labor. So something that brings me joy. I'm an executive director and founding leader with Stella & Dot. I've been with the company for 8 years now, and it's been incredible to watch the growth and watch the joy and the impact it's had on thousands of women's lives. So, like I said earlier, I spent 5 years as a counselor in the educational sector. I felt like I was made for and deserved to be paid more, and I yearned for that flexible schedule. So I started this when my second daughter was almost 1. So I had a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. I decided to be a stay-at-home mom for about a year, and while I love being with my kids, I really missed having something for myself, and I also really missed having the extra money, and I wanted to be able to go to Target and, spend $100 and not feel guilty about it. So that's really why I began Stella and Dot. It's now grown to a full-time income. And I have to say, you know, when I started, I wanted the extra money, but I didn't think I would need the extra salary. But we have gone through some crazy things, our family, over the past 8 years, and definitely big bumps in the road that turned into big financial bumps in the road. And had it not been for Stella and Dot, life would be looking a lot different financially and with where we are right now. So, you know, sometimes what I've learned is you don't think you need it, but you just don't know what life's going to throw your way. And I'm so thankful that I leaned in and I started to work this business because there was a time where we really did need it, and it was here and ready to be this amazing cushion and soft landing for us. And I found my passion in empowering and encouraging other women. When I was younger, I always said, I don't want to work with adults. I want to work with kids. And I do love kids and I love working with kids, but it doesn't fill my cup as much as it does as much as working with our Glowing Stones team does, and really helping women dig in and believe in themselves more than they thought they ever could and reach goals that they never imagined they'd be able to. So that is truly my passion. So quick question, something for you to think about. You don't need to weigh in, but how much income do you want to start earning every month from a Stella and Dot side gig? So research shows $500 extra a month is actually very impactful for families in America. So imagine if you had $500 extra a month. What would you do with it? What if you had $1,000 extra a month? What would you do with that? Would it go to pay off debt? Would it go to a vacation fund to treat your family? Would it go to enroll your kids in that camp that you've been begging for? Would it go into your retirement? Would it go for a shopping spree because you really want to be able to shop and not feel badly about it? It would make a difference. I know for me, you know, if extra $500 a month right now, I would put that in a vacation fund. I love traveling with my family. I love spoiling my kids with experiences and not things. We just got back yesterday from just a long weekend in New York City, which is driving distance for us. But just to be able to do that and say yes to, like, let's go eat here and spend a ridiculous amount of money on this overpriced burger joint with ridiculous milkshakes, you know, like, and not be stressed about that, felt really, really, really good. So what would you do with that income? Really think about it. Many stylists have erased debt with this. I'm looking at Ashley Twartek, who is working on being a debt-free, mortgage, cars, everything, because of Stella and Dot. When I began, I said I never want to have to put Christmas or the holidays on a credit card ever again, and I have not since that first year. And that's felt amazing. So what would you do with that? Really think about it. And there are definitely fears that everyone has. So we all have these shared concerns and questions around what this is and can I do it? So 3 myths that we hear a lot, plus a bonus one that I thought of after I made this slide. The first one is, I don't have a background in fashion or sales. Well, the good news is most of us do not have that background either before we began. I like to think of this as, you know, when you go to Target and you're like walking down the aisle, and our Target, like, you know, I kind of, to get to like the books and the baby gear and the toy section, I have to walk down the women's aisle. So I was walking, you know, walk down and you see the cute top, and you're like, oh my gosh, and you go look and it's half price. And so it's this cute top you got for $11, and then you put it on and your friends say, hey, I love your top. You're gonna say, oh my gosh, you gotta walk down towards the baby gear, and right there on the end cap on your left is this top, it was half off, go get it. That's what this is. It's just sharing something you love. It's not selling. I never ever think of it as selling. I think of it as, I have something that's great, and it really is a great product. We have incredible design. In fact, I was just on a webinar this afternoon with Blake Harris, who's our Chief Creative Officer, and she was showing us up close and personal what's coming in July for fall, and it is amazing, like blow your mind amazing. And I just love it. I don't know much about, you know, the fashion and what the new trends are. I just know I like it, and I know other women will too, and I'd like to be the conduit to get these cute things into other women's hands. If you can see yourself doing that, that's all it is. 73% of our stylists, as it says here, had no sales experience. So, sorry. Hopefully I'm recording this. I think I am. All right. So I don't know enough people. That is a big, you know, thing that people really are concerned about. Everyone is afraid of that in the beginning. Everyone is nervous that they don't know enough people. And honestly, if you know 4, we can help you do the rest. So I would call it like the 6 degrees of separation of Stella and Dot. When I think of the people that I know now, you know, I have 2 hostesses. I have 2 upcoming style sessions on Thursday and Friday. I met them through other style sessions, and I met, you know, those hostesses through other style sessions. It really builds on itself because women get together and they think, I love all this stuff and I want some of it for free, which is what our hostesses get by hosting. And let me grab some girlfriends. And then you go to their homes and you meet new people. It really will build. So yes, it doesn't matter if you move to a new town. When I started this, I had just lived here for about a year and I really did not know many people at all. You can grow this anywhere and we will help you do that. And then another one is I can't fit this into my lifestyle. This is probably the most popular fear and concern. I'm too busy, right? Everyone is busy. I think most of us think we are too busy. It's kind of this like cultural phenomenon that I think we think we're a little busier than we actually are, to be honest. I know I fall into that trap, but we lead full lives. We, you know, many of us are mothers. Many of us have other full-time jobs. We have volunteer commitments. We are, you know, very wrapped up in our family. There's a lot going on. And the beauty of this business is it can fold in. And actually, if you're busy, it means you're around a lot of people, and it means you're going to have to work less because you're going to have the cute top and the cute accessories on, and people are just going to talk to you about it, and they're going to be able to share that way. So being busy is actually an asset in this business. 80% of our stylists work this around another full or part-time job. So those of us that this is the only thing we do, myself included, we are the exception to the rule. Most women do this on top of something else. And then the other kind of bonus one that I thought of after I put this slide to show together is, well, I missed out on the ground floor opportunity. It's been around a while and everybody already does it. And I love that one because actually only 10% of our target market has ever shopped Stella & Dot before. That is huge. There's so much opportunity, and we actually are launching, we've launched apparel, but we are actually launching our own apparel. So it feels like we're launching apparel for the first time in July, and that is 10 timesing, so 10xing our market opportunity. So if you're feeling like you missed the ground floor opportunity, now would be the time to get in. Now would be the time to take advantage of that and hop in. And what the flip side of it is, you know, if you do know other Stella & Dot stylists, and if your community knows Stella & Dot, it actually makes your job a lot easier because there is brand recognition. When I began, it was nice because it felt brand new and the market was open, but I had to work a little bit harder because people didn't know what Stella & Dot was, and they didn't know if it was worth, you know, what they were paying. They didn't know anything about it. And now that people have come to know and love our product, they want to come back and shop again and again and again because they know we keep getting better. So it's actually in your favor to get in now when brand recognition is out there, but yet there's still all this new opportunity. So what will you receive when you sign up? You receive one-to-one and group mentoring coaching. The person that has invited you to listen to this is your mentor. She is going to hold your hand and walk you through every step of the way in the beginning, but you also get many-to-one coaching. So you will all fall under me, Krista, as the Glowing Stones leader, and I provide tons of different training opportunities for our team. Many of you will fall under even a smaller umbrella with an incredible leader. So there is tons of opportunity. There's also for training. There's also a lot of home office training, which is really, really awesome. You'll learn how to attract customers and hostesses. That is a part of what we do, training you on how to build this brand and how to get people interested in what you have to offer. Flexible work hours, right? Look at this picture. You work wherever you want, whenever you want. Now, if you want to make money, that doesn't mean if you want. So if you want to make this a profitable business, you do have to work, but you decide when, where, and how. So like I said, I was in New York City Saturday through yesterday, and I still worked my business. But when I was, from the hours of 8:30 a.m. when we left the hotel room until 9:30 p.m. when we came back, I was 100% present with my family. But I woke up a little earlier and got a little bit done. I stayed up a little later and got a little bit done. Summer looks a little bit more like that for me because I do this to be with my family. So I don't have childcare in the summer. So I structure my days around my kids. That's why I do what I do. That's why I love doing what I do. So you call the shots. No one tells you when, where, or how you have to work. You can start with just $199. So for $199, like I said, you get the business in the box, you get the marketing team, you get the design team, you get the tech team, plus you're gonna get samples, and we'll talk about that in one slide, but you're gonna get product as well. You are profitable quickly, so you can make anywhere from 20% to 35% commission in a month, never less than 20. And the best thing is, any stylist listening to this will agree, is when you wake up in the morning and it says like, Julie, thank you for your order, and you realize somebody went on your website and shopped while you were sleeping, and you made money in the middle of the night, and it literally is the best feeling ever, because we do have a really great and easy online platform that allows people to click on your website and shop with you, and you don't need to do anything. It ships from our warehouse. It is super duper easy for you. So you can be profitable very, very quickly. You earn lots of free products along the way. We have amazing programs in place for you to get a lot of free product and build your display and build your own clothing and accessories wardrobe as you go. And it's a tax write-off. So I love our clothing, I love our accessories, and I love buying them. I earn the free product, but if I ever need to buy something, I love buying it because I know I can write all of that off on my taxes, and that is really, really big. And then we're about more than just fashion. So this is a brand new part of our website, which I love because this is something that our company and really this Glowing Stones team does really, really well. We put giving back at our core. So we have donated over $3 million in charitable donations through charitable partnerships that we have. This month, we have a super cute bracelet that is going back to Sunshine Kids Foundation, which benefits families fighting pediatric cancer. But we have plenty of other amazing partnerships that our corporate leans into and donates on our behalf. You can shop with a purpose. So hostesses that host a style session can actually donate their rewards if they like to a few different partners that we have. And then the best part of this is the community impact. So these pictures that you see kind of in the background here, stylists do so much and so much good with their business that it's really incredible. We have women that are constantly fundraising for families or different organizations, creating these proof campaigns where they are having customers sponsor proofs, and then all these proofs are being filled with great things and donated to chemo centers or, homeless shelters. So we have the opportunity to do some real good with this, and I love that so much. Fundraising has become a huge part of my business and one of my big passions in the business as well. So what does it look like when you sign up? You choose the starter kit that fits your goals. So we have 3 different options, and this month through Saturday, June 30th, we have a sign-up special. So you can see, it's a little bit hard to see, but you can see there are 3 different kits, $199, $499, or $699. So if you sign up for $199 through June 30th, you get $500 to pick whatever you want in product. So that is just kind of an idea, the picture there of what you could get, but you choose. If you sign up for the More to Love kit, that's $499, and you get $11.50 in product to pick out what you want. And the Ultimate kit is $699, and you get $16.50. Your sponsor can help you pick out some things that are best sellers that, you know, she thinks will really help you create a good, robust display in the beginning. But the one thing you need to know about when you pick these kits is you choose what feels right for you. Whether you pick the Essentials kit or the Ultimate kit, that is not going to determine your success in this business. What determines your success is what you do after you pick the kit, right? So you can be successful with very little, you can be successful with a lot, or anything in the middle. And we do have some really, really awesome programs that will help you build that display very quickly off the bat. And I always think of like $199, you know, how many times do I blow that at Target or at Costco, or, you know, getting my hair done? You know, or in an overpriced New York City chain restaurant for burgers and milkshakes, ridiculously enough. Yes, that's how much that was. So you spend that money a lot, and you don't get the return on the investment that you get with this. So some stylist stories before we wrap up, because I talked to you a lot about me, but there are so many beautiful women on this team, and one good man we have right now that work this in different ways. Sherelle Flowers, she's a full-time career woman and a mom of two. So Sherelle is a full-time school counselor at a private school, mom of her two sweet boys, and she became very successful very, very quickly. Just 2 months in, she was at like the sweet spot in our comp plan by sharing this opportunity with other people. She's one of our greatest leaders on this team, and she loves to use this money for fun. So she uses it for vacations. She just moved into a new beautiful house, so she uses it to pay, you know, for home improvements. She's on vacation right now, actually, with you know, a vacation she paid for her family with Stella and Dot. She is a concert junkie, a Justin Timberlake junkie. So she pays for great seats at those concerts with her Stella and Dot money. So this isn't paying her mortgage because she already has a job that does that, but this is good for all the extras in her life. And she fits it in around being a full-time career woman plus having 2 young boys at home. Foga Grace Hughes, full-time stay-at-home mom. I love Grace, and anybody that's listening that knows her, I guarantee you love her too, because you can't not love her. She has amazing energy, and she really got her mojo back with Stella and Dot. So she used to be a college athlete, actually, and then like I think professional softball player. She traveled around the world, and just really had this you know, heart for reaching goals and crushing goals. And when that part of her life ended, she felt a little bit empty. And Stella and Dot has filled that void for her and given her this new platform where she can reach for these incredible heights and meet them and feel really, really good about what she's doing. And she has uncovered this passion to help other women do the same thing. And then Debbie White, she's an empty nester. So Debbie actually was one of my old neighbors. Her daughter used to babysit for my kids, and her daughter went off to college and her son went off to college, and Debbie was a stay-at-home mom for all those years, and she was left with a lot of time on her hands and feeling pretty sad because she was missing her kids. And she decided to give Stella and Dot a try, and it has filled that space for Debbie and given her a purpose and given her a passion and given her some really amazing new friendships, because many of us start for the jewelry, that's how most of us start, but we stay for the friendships, and that is what Debbie has built. So, and she's also very passionate about fundraising. She's in the middle of a big fundraiser right now with her business. And these are just 3. There are hundreds of other incredible stories. So definitely reach out and ask the stylist that invited you to listen in what her story is and learn more about how Stella and Dot has blessed her. And then the last one, I've got to always end with this quote because I love it. I love Tina Fey. I love funny women. And I love everything about this because you all, that kid stands at the top of the water slide or the diving board and overthinks it and she goes, oh, I'm scared, I don't know, what if I do? You have to go down the chute. That you listen, this definitely are interested, right? You've definitely leaned in enough to be like, I'm kind of wondering what this is all about. And I wish I could look into a crystal ball and be like, yes, it's for you. No, it's not for you. But what I've learned is it actually is for most people, because you can make it what you want it to be, but you will never, ever, ever know unless you try. There's just no way of us being able to say yes or no until you give it a try and try it on for size. And I was one of those people that overthought. I thought about this for 10 months and I got in my own head and I worried and, what are people going to think of me? And honestly, like, am I like, I'm going to sell jewelry? Like, in my master's degree, I'm going to sell jewelry? Like, I almost was embarrassed to think about doing it. I didn't understand what it was. I didn't understand that I would actually be leaning into being an entrepreneur. And finally, it was my husband that was like, Krista, spend $199 at Target. Just do it. What do you have to lose? And that's what I did. And, you know, I wish I could say it was an overnight success story. I wasn't. I built this over time. And I'm so thankful that he finally talked me into doing it and said, what do you have to lose? Because I had nothing to lose. And, you know, I guess you could say you have $199 to lose, but even with that, you get your free product and no one's going to make you give that back if you decide this is not for you. So the only way to decide and the only way to figure it out is to give it a try. So that is it for tonight. I kept you a little bit longer. If there's any questions, I don't think I see any in the chat, but I'm going to wrap this up and tell you that I hope you will consider joining us. I hope we'll be welcoming many of you into our tribe sooner rather than later. We would love to have you. And again, reach out to the stylist that invited you to this with any extra questions you might have. So bye, everybody. Have a great night.